Caleb had thoroughly scrubbed the blood from the floor, but I couldn't get the harrowing image of Brunswick lying there out of my mind. A blue steward's coat lay inside the cabinet, just like Ludlow told me. It felt strange to be its new owner. All crew carried luggage, some of them more than others, but nobody carried as much junk as Hjalmar Olsen. Why? I had no idea. Most books I found in the crew quarters were Ian's empty bed was a stark reminder of the horrors that passed earlier.
He made you the new steward? I should have known. You're best buddies with the captain after all. Well, don't you have somewhere to be? The galley's through there and to the right. Now get out of here.
It was not uncommon to find a pile of junk next to Hayward's workshop. One day, when I was cleaning the gun deck, a letter fell out of Rob's trunk. It was addressed to a man, and in it, Rob praised his godly appearance. Yes, I was wrong to have read it. Robert Stockson didn't pay as much as the first-class passengers, and there was no room for him among the crew, so he got a hammock on the gun deck. A blessing, since he snored like a bear. My adoptive mother once told me that a career choice is life's greatest gamble. I would say the dice are rolled earlier, for the conditions of one's birth. It seemed that many of Lewis's books were about botany and zoology. That is something I hadn't expected to discover about him. He seemed more the religious type to me. A large cupboard was among the senator's furniture. I wondered what skeletons it was hiding. Even with a blue coat, I wasn't allowed to enter the first-class cabins without a clear invitation by one of the passengers. The clockmakers from the province of Switzerland are the finest anywhere in the... The gun deck was littered with all kinds of boxes that contained Senator Morton's belongings. I took from it that Mr. Morton must be a very rich man. Empire-style sofas seemed to be all the rage in the capital. The door to the cargo hold had been locked shut when we left the capital. It would only be opened again once we finally reached the eastern colonies.
Ah, my new help has arrived. I've never seen you down here before, Devon. What have you done to deserve this sorry job?
The captain just likes me a lot.
Well, he gave you a blue coat and took from you a sailor's life. You are a servant now. A servant at sea, but a servant nonetheless. What does a servant do, you ask me? He cleans and he cooks, of course. But aboard a ship like the Herald, he also has the duty of recreating a little piece of the Protectorate for our dear passengers, lest they forget they're still part of it.
I have little to no experience being a steward. I'd be glad if you could show me the ropes.
Unlike the work above deck, our job has less to do with ropes and more with silver spoons and plates. Don't forget your silver tongue either. No, time to get to business. This here is Danielle, my sous chef, and he has prepared luncheon for the passengers this morning.
Hello, Devon. Pleased to meet you.
So for your first task, would you be so kind as to serve Lady Tabitha and Senator Morton their grub in the dining saloon?
Of course. Now wish me luck, Mr. Obertar, and I'll try to make the best of it.
Good luck, Devon, and please just call me Undra. Now, remember to return here after you're done so I can give you your next assignment.
The dining tray contained the food for Lady Tabitha and Mr. Morton.
How despicable that the captain did not see this coming. It's just unbelievable.
You should stop worrying about everything, Uncle. Every time you frown like that, you get a new wrinkle.
I'm a man, Tabitha. Wrinkles give me character. And besides, I can't waste my time on silly things like that.
Why shouldn't a politician care about his appearance? Your line of work requires you to persuade others. A dashing appearance would surely give you an advantage.
Who said I didn't care about my appearance? Am I not dashing enough for you?
Well, you could try and follow the latest trends from the colonies. Colourful and less stern. More brisk.
I represent the Protectorate, my dear, not some exotic roadshow.
But what if I wanted to dress myself more like a member of an exotic roadshow? Would that be acceptable?
Now don't get any ideas, Tabitha. Your father...
Yes? My father... what?
Your father wouldn't approve, my dear.
Indeed. But father's not here. And why should you have the right to tell me what to do when he's not around?
Because I am your appointed guardian. That's why.
I'm a grown woman. Why would I have need of a chaperone? Times are changing, Uncle.
Enough now, dear. Say your prayers and eat before it gets cold.
pass me the salt, please?
The lady wants salt on her food.
Now, Uncle, a little please wouldn't hurt.
Please, boy, the salt.
How much salt would please the lady?
I can do it myself. Thank you.
Tabitha, let the boy do his job. Well, what are you waiting for? Sprinkle the lady some salt.
Uncle, this is ridiculous. Just leave it. I'll eat it as it is.
Well, I won't. Now sprinkle me some salt, boy.
As you wish, sir.
Surely you jest! You completely ruined it! By God, Tabitha, what happened to the servants who knew how to blend in with the background? Get away, you! The captain will hear of this.
The cups and plates in the saloon. The bulky buffet trays used aboard the Herald were difficult.
Danielle, is that you? Can you hand me the saucepan?
There was a saucepan on the worktop.
Oh, Devon! I didn't expect you back already. Say, were our honorable guests pleased with their meals?
Mr. Morton will remember the highly flavored meal he's enjoying right now.
Splendid. Let's keep it that way, shall we? No time to dawdle, though. These meals here need to go to Officer Brunswick and Dr. Garrick. You can find them both in Brunswick's cabin. Oh, and keep an eye out for Daniel, will you? I don't know where he is, but he has a knack for dozing off on the job. Send him back here if you see him.
The tray contained the food for Officer Brunswick and Dr. Garrick.
I'm so... Why? Don't break.
How is he doing, Doctor?
He is tough, but the wound is deep. We really need to make sure the wound doesn't become infected. Gangrene could pose a serious threat to his condition, especially out at sea.
Please, no, it's precious. Stop.
Shh, don't fight it, Rupert.
I have his meal here, Doctor.
It's unlikely he'll keep anything down in this state. I'll help him eat after I've administered his medicine.
Devon? Oh, Devon, is that you?
Officer, please, don't push yourself so much. You need to rest. Mr. Rensburg, get me my briefcase. I need...
Just tell me how Ian is doing.
I'm sorry, sir. After the fight, Ian, he fell overboard. He's gone.
So he did it after all?
You knew? Rupert, how? Why?
I didn't know, but I feared. Devon is in the pocket of my coat.
Like Brunswick said, there was a letter in the pocket of the coat. It was Ian's, and it wasn't nice.
See, it's all my fault. I could have stopped him. I shouldn't have...
Now, Rupert. Ian was deranged. A sane individual wouldn't get that angry about something like this.
Doctor, I should have known. He thought I was a creep. I see now that I pushed it too far, but I only wanted what was best for...
I'm sorry to say that you were right, officer. You knew very well what the boy was capable of, and you should have warned the captain about it.
Mr. Rensburg, you and I should not be the ones to judge a man as revered as Officer Brunswick. Now, please fetch me a bottle of laudanum from my briefcase, will you, Mr. Rensburg? The officer needs his medicine so he can rest.
There was only one bottle of laudanum left in Gehrig's bag.
Is this all, Mr. Rensburg? I had another full bottle of this with me.
You must be wrong, sir. This is the only bottle in there, and it's half empty.
Nonsense! I always take a few extra bottles with me on a long journey. Laudanum is a very common mixture of opium and alcohol. It's used for quite a few ailments. I can't have used them all up already.
Opium and alcohol? Sounds like a strong combination. Do you think someone robbed you to have a fun time?
I wouldn't be surprised. Some people are quite fond of its effect. It makes the user all fuzzy and warm inside, not to mention the dangerous illusion of being completely carefree for a while. Well, if you would, keep an eye out for someone with a flushed face. Laudanum usually makes people blush a little. Now please leave us, Mr. Rensburg. The officer deserves some privacy when I administer his dose.